Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of 4 Minutes of History, Art and Culture in Vienna with your virtual city guide, Kim Ferrandina. So the last episodes were about the Babenberg dynasty and about the medieval era. We are still in the medieval era and we're still talking about the Babenberg dynasty. We were talking about Leopold III, then we were talking about Heinrich Somergott, and now we will talk about Leopold V of Babenberg. I'm pretty sure you're now saying, who is this guy? I'll tell you. I'm sure you know very, very well, of course not personally, another guy. The name of this guy is Richard Lionhart, the King of England at the end of the 12th century. Before I continue, I have just to give you a brief introduction into these times, because in the 12th centuries we had still the Crusades. That means that the Christians tried to reconquer Jerusalem, to reconquer the Holy Land, not Holy Land. And one of these was the King of England, Richard Lionhart. And together with him, another guy from Europe, this Leopold V of Babenberg, was there. First of all, they had to conquer an harbor, the harbor of Aachen, and they were able to conquer it. And then the legend tells that Richard Lionhart was not really friendly to Leopold V, and for this reason Leopold V told him, hey you know what, when you will go back to England and you will go maybe through Austria, you will go maybe through Vienna, I will show you, Richard, who I am, because I am the Duke of Austria. Richard thought maybe, this is not my problem, I am the King of England, who dares to say something like this to me? Okay, he was wrong, he had not so much luck, because he thought he could travel back by taking the seaway. He had not so much luck, so he had a shipwreck, and for this reason he had to go through the land. He had to go through Austria, he had to go through Vienna. And then in Vienna, at the end of the 12th century, Richard Lionhart, the King of England, was recognized, he was then captured, he was brought into a castle, the castle of Dürnstein, where he was then captured for a long time. And then he was given forward to the King of Germany, Henry VI, and the King of Germany then pretended a ransom of 22 tons of silver. Yes, 22 tons of silver. And England had to pay it. 22 tons of silver is 3 times the tax incomes of England for 1 year in these times. And what happened to Leopold V? Leopold V took his part, he got a part of this money, and with this money he was able to build a part of the medieval walls of Vienna. We are not really sure if this is the truth or not, but it's maybe possible, and this is where we are now. Here you see these are some remains of walls were built in the 12th century of Vienna, and here you can read it in German. Under this you can see this is from the 17th and 18th century. You can see some parts of the wall from the Babenberger Zeit, means the time of the Babenbergs. So this is real history you see here. What happened to Leopold? Of course, he was then excommunicated from the Pope, but then he one day recognized, okay, how to manage this. The legend tells he gave a bit of money to the Pope, and so the thing was going okay for him. So I hope you enjoyed this video. When you liked it, don't forget to leave me a thumb up, to follow me, to press the bell. So I expect to see you, or you to see me next week for the episode number 9 of 4 Minutes of History, Art and Culture in Vienna. Thank you very much. Stay healthy, have fun, bye. First, the third, und viene imprigionato altrettanto